Coming up tonight on the news at 6.
Remember the commitment, the courage, the undeniable honor that these veterans have given to America.
Montanans celebrate and honor veterans.
Plus, meet a local veteran and the service dog that's helping her heal invisible wounds.
From Montana's news leader, this is MTN News at 6.
Good evening. Welcome to the News at 6. I'm Marian Davidson.
And I'm Andy Curtis. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Started this evening with weather with Chief Meteorologist Curtis Grebenes.
Well, it's almost like it's November in Montana out there. Happy Veterans Day, everybody. I can recall a few Veterans Day here where we've had a good amount of snow, and since last night, especially around the Missoula area, hit really hard with some snow around the University of Montana, 10 inches east side of Missoula there, 3 inches over by the airport on the west side of town, but Mount Jumbo, 14 inches of snow, south of Helen as much as 6 inches, Ovando 3.3, around Helen a bunch of reports of about 3 inches of snow, and south of Great Falls around Ulm a report of 2 inches of snow. We still have a couple of good snow showers, especially western Montana, around Lincoln and over through Helmville and around the Missoula area. We'll take a closer look at the radar coming up in the full forecast, but it's the calm before the storm tomorrow. Enjoy the sunshine because might not have a lot of sun as we head into Friday and the weekend. Speaking of the weekend, Gone with the Wind, not the movie, actual conditions out there, and it's not going to feel like November. I'll let you know when some warmer air is headed our way. That's coming up.
Taking a look at today's COVID-19 numbers across the state, Montana reported more than 900 additional cases this afternoon. That means there are now 14,000 active cases in Montana and 500 people are hospitalized with the virus. 7 more deaths have also been reported since yesterday, totaling 497 Montanans having died from COVID-19 complications. Now, as a reminder, MTN numbers can vary from the states since we also track data reported from local health departments.
Well, across the Helena area, people took part in events today to recognize local veterans.
MTN's Jonathan Ambarian reports some of the Veterans Day activities and how they looked a little different this year.
The weather and COVID-19 forced changes to some of the Helena area's traditional commemorations of Veterans Day, but organizers say the goal hasn't changed, reminding people of the importance of honoring those who've served. The day began in East Helena with VFW Post 10,010's annual Veterans Day parade. About 20 people marched from the post to the Service Members Monument in Main Street Park. They then took part in a brief ceremony celebrating veterans. Many more groups usually participate, but organizers knew the event would be smaller this year in light of COVID-19. Still, many people were parked along Main Street to watch the parade.
I was very impressed with what I saw today. The people that came out and really celebrated and saluted what the day is really for, and that's for all the veterans, past and present.
In Helena, there's typically a Veterans Day commemoration at the Veterans Monument in Memorial Park. It was moved indoors to the American Legion Post 2 because of the cold weather. The event was limited to 40 people because of distancing requirements. It recognized each branch of the armed forces and remembered those who are prisoners of war or missing in action. Marine veteran Jim Heffernan said in difficult times, it's more important than ever to consider what service members' sacrifices mean.
Remember the commitment, the courage, the undeniable honor that these veterans have given to America and still give to this grand country.
In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
And while Veterans Day is a day to honor and remember veterans, it's also an opportunity to highlight local organizations helping veterans, like Grace Home Veterans Center in Great Falls. The center serves as a transitional home for homeless veterans, helping them find permanent housing and even get jobs. The center has helped hundreds of veterans since opening in 2016.
Based on the feedback that we've received, because we conduct exit interviews, satisfaction interviews, upon their completion of residency, and so many of them have said that they would not be able to achieve what they have without us.
For more information about Grace Home Veterans Center, check out our website, ktvh.com.
And a Helena area veteran shares her story about service and the special dog helping her heal invisible wounds.
MTN's Alexia Aguayo introduces us to Amber and Arbor.
Good boy, speak! Speak!
Arbor is a playful, loving dog according to the owner, Amber. But another special thing about Arbor is that he is a service dog trained for veterans with post-traumatic stress, among other things. Amber enlisted into the Army in the mid-'80s and knew from the start it was going to be a long journey.
Right from the get-go in basic training, I learned very quickly that I was a female. And I went through hell being a female.
She suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder after her military sexual trauma. For about 30 years, the invisible wound kept Amber depressed, away from living a social life. Then Arbor came around to help her overcome that.
I never saw myself as my wound being worthy, and having Arbor was like a badge of honor for me. It was like coming home, that I could just embrace that I had served too.
Arbor comes from the Canine Companions for Independence, a nonprofit that provides service dogs for those in need like veterans with PTSD. December will mark 1 year that Amber and Arbor have been together. Within the 1 year, Amber says she's gained more independence, freedom, and a social life.
And I find myself out for an hour, maybe 2 hours, exploring things, looking around. It is incredibly healthy for me because I could stay in this house for 3-5 days and never leave and never have a problem with it. I can't do that with Arbor. It's medicine. He has to get out, and I love him. Look how he is.
There are 16 Montanans with service dogs under this organization. Amber is the only one that is a military veteran. In Helena, I'm Alexi Aguayo, MTN News.
Amber hopes that her story encourages others to take action and seek the necessary help that they might need. And you can find the full interview with Amber and learn more about her story on our website, ktvh.com.
And still ahead on the news at 6, what comes next and when the final results in the presidential election can be expected.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching MTN News at 6.
Welcome back to the news at 6. Well, it took 4 days for the Associated Press and other media outlets to call the presidential election for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Now, recounts and certification of the results will take a bit longer.
Here's more on what comes next and when the final results can be expected.
With races too close to call in Arizona, Nevada, and Georgia, Pennsylvania became the battleground that tipped the Electoral College count in Biden's favor Saturday afternoon. But within hours of declaring victory, adding Georgia and Nevada to the blue column, President Donald Trump released a statement saying, quote, Joe Biden has not been certified the winner of any state.
Sure, technically it's true. Certifying election results takes a while.
Kira Lerner is the managing editor of VoteBeat, a nonpartisan nonprofit covering election administration and voting.
Canvassing is the process of counting the ballots. It's what election officials are doing across the country right now. They're working tirelessly overnight in some cases to make sure that every single vote is counted. And then the certification process, each state has a different deadline.
Certification happens after canvassing, whereby election officials verify that every single ballot was counted and there were no clerical errors. But tallying has taken longer due to record turnout and a surge in mail-in ballots. Still, 6 states have a deadline of within 1 week of the election to certify their results. In 26 states and Washington, D.C., the certification deadline is between November 10th and the 30th. In 14 states, the certification deadline is in December. The remaining states don't have deadlines.
It will be some time before we can formally certify the winner of the presidential contest, but that doesn't mean that we won't know without a doubt who our president-elect is, which we already do.
And then there are the recounts. In some states, they are automatically triggered when the victory falls within a razor-thin margin. In Georgia, for example, that's half of 1%. But in the majority of states, candidates, political parties, and in some cases, voters can request a recount. Currently, the Trump administration is calling for recounts in Wisconsin and Georgia.
In Wisconsin, you have 2 days after the winner of the race has been certified to call for a recount. In other states like Georgia, the Secretary of State has already said that he will be seeking a recount on Donald Trump's behalf.
Lerner says legal challenges and recounts will likely fail to change the outcome of the election. Electors will vote by mid-December and deliver to officials in Washington just before Christmas. It may take a few more weeks, but the official results, say experts, are unlikely to be delayed. I'm Usher Qureshi reporting.
And now with a look at our weather, Chief Meteorologist Curtis Grebenes.
A little chill in the air, certainly colder for much of the state than 24 hours ago by a good 10, 15, even close to 20 degrees, but do have a little warmer air that's on its way. More on the forecast coming up next.
Tracker weather starts now with Chief Meteorologist Curtis Grebenes.
All right, good evening, everybody. We've got pretty chilly conditions out there, 12 degrees right now in Great Falls. Fortunately, not a lot of wind at the moment. Enjoy this little break. You can see that the camera's a little delayed updating right there. It's not still light out in Great Falls and dark in Helena. We'd be leading the news off with that if that was the case. 22 degrees in Helena right now. Teens and 20s with the exception of Missoula sitting at 30 degrees. And boy, did they get pounded with some snow. Still getting pounded with some snow out there. And again, a little breezy out around Glasgow and Jordan into the northeast part of the state. But single-digit wind speeds, I think a lot of us will agree that that is pretty nice. On the radar, some snow showers continue, especially kind of on and west of the Continental Divide. There you can see a couple of these snow bands. Anytime you see the darker blues and it moving over the same area here, this is kind of the setup that happened last night that produced, again, upwards of 10, 14 inches of snow around Missoula. Hit Clinton pretty hard around Drummond and Helmville down through Avon, and that snow band reached right over the Continental Divide to about Helena, but still a little snow up there around Canyon Creek and hopefully at Great Divide, and a little snow, a few flakes up here into northeast Montana with the wind. And again, cold temperatures, it's pretty chilly out there. The East Coast, it is not chilly, it's tropical. We've got rain all the way up and down the East Coast, and here is Hurricane Ada. Late season hurricane here, and boy, it's pummeling the western side of Florida, mainly with just rain. Yes, it is a little windy, but rain and even a couple of tornado warnings in and around the Tampa area with the circulation being very close to the eye wall right there. But back here in Montana, certainly not tropical. A couple of snow showers will continue down the divide here tonight. Tomorrow is the calm before the storm, looking at mostly sunny skies, a moderate breeze of 10 to 20 miles per hour across the Montana prairies, but really it's a nice day tomorrow, a little on the cool side. Look at the snow moving in west of the Continental Divide here on Friday. Now I know this looks like we've got some snow around Helena and Great Falls. There may be a few snow showers coming through Friday night into Saturday morning, but this pattern really favors west of the divide with the snow. Saturday, with low pressure tracking up closer to the Canadian border, the high line could have some snow, maybe mixed with a little rain. Very, very windy here across the state on Saturday night and Sunday. Sunday, a little system down towards the south of the state here, and we may on Monday see a little mix of rain and snow as warmer air moves in. We're going to pop into the warm sector late Monday night into Tuesday and Wednesday, and it will be pretty warm here for November. Now, snow heading into Friday morning. Right here, about here is the Continental Divide. The accumulation staying west of the divide. There may be again on Saturday a couple inches out the high line here, but notice this little hole around Great Falls, a lack of accumulation right there. That is because of downsloping coming down from the Continental Divide. So very limited snow east of the divide, very heavy snow, especially in the mountains west of the divide. Here is the forecast for tonight. It will be a cold night. We've already got cold temperatures out there. Some locations maybe dropping to 0, like around Turner, northeast Montana, not too far away from that. Single digits to about 10 in central Montana, and single digits in teens around the Helena area. For Thursday, it's a nice day. It's the calm before the storm. Yeah, a little windy out across the prairies. Temperatures into the 30s, still below average. For Friday, increasing clouds, increasing wind, maybe up into the 40s here. A little messy if anybody's traveling in the direction of Missoula or Kalispell or even Butte, America, picking up some snow. Saturday, low pressure working its way across northern Montana. The main feature of the storm on Saturday will be the wind. We will have some snow into the mountains out the High Line here, but again, kind of missing Helena and Great Falls down through the Bozeman area. A couple snow showers, but we're not talking a big accumulation. And then for Sunday, also a little break here in the activity, mostly sunny skies before the next system comes through Sunday night into Monday. For Helena, nice tomorrow, not too bad on Friday as far as the wind goes. Very windy Saturday and Sunday. Monday, maybe a couple of raindrops and snowflakes mixed. Tuesday and Wednesday in the low 60s in Fort Great Falls. The wind, yeah, it's really going to howl this weekend. Monday, a little messy. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's not feeling like November.
Some Helena athletes are taking their talents to the next level. We'll tell you where coming up next.
Montana's news leader. You're watching MTN News at 6.
Welcome back to the News at 6. Today is the beginning of the early signing period for NCAA athletics, and 3 Helena Capital athletes are headed to play Division I sports.
MTN's Sam Hoyle has the story.
College letter of intent signings are about a dime a dozen this time of year, but it's not often that 3 players from the same program get to sign to play Division I athletics. That happened today here at Helena Capital as Danny Barch, Paige Barch, and Audrey Hofer all signed Division I letters of intent. Paige heading to Boise State, Danny heading to the University of Montana, and Audrey headed to Montana State University. And as all 3 get set up to part ways after basketball season, there's one thing that'll stick out.
Our time together. The bus rides, the practices, the laughter, the struggle, the perseverance, every moment.
As Audrey Hofer, Paige, and Danny Barch make it official that they'll move on to the next level, both of their high school coaches will remember them fondly.
They're unapologetically who they are, and I think that, there's too many memories to just kind of pinpoint one, but their personalities and how different they are is a really cool thing, I think, in all 3 of them.
Hofer will play volleyball and study exercise science at Montana State and said she wouldn't have signed her letter of intent any other way.
It means so much to me. They're the reason I'm the player I am today. I do everything with them. I do basketball, volleyball, and I have my social life around them. And so being able to share this moment with them today means so much to me.
Danny Barch will head to the University of Montana to play basketball and study accounting. Danny said after all the paperwork was signed, this is likely the fondest memory she'll have with her sister and Audrey.
That meant a lot to me, especially since we've played sports since the 6th grade together, so happy to do it next to them.
Paige will head to Idaho to play volleyball for Boise State and study business. And she said this was an incredible day, but it's bittersweet knowing their time as teammates is coming to an end.
It is bittersweet. I think it'll be good for all of us to go to our own schools, and I think it'll be awesome, but it will be really sad playing our last game together because we have been playing with each other so long, and we've spent a lot of hours in the gym together.
Though before they part ways this spring, they have a couple of things to take care of before they leave. The Bruins have a chance to win their 3rd straight state volleyball title against Great Falls TMR this Saturday, and then later this season they'll vie for another AA girls basketball championship. Reporting in Helena, Sam Hoyle, MTN Sports.
We'll finish things up here when we come back.
Montana's news leader. You're watching MTN News at 6.
Welcome back, everybody. Set those DVRs because tonight at 8 o'clock, one Great Falls resident will get their television debut on Chicago PD. Michael Chastain and his wife moved to Great Falls 2 years ago to raise a family. And tonight, Chastain will make his debut as an undercover cop on the network's Chicago PD television show. Now, Chastain said the experience of filming has been incredible, and the show will provide a little glimpse into some of the issues that play out in people's daily lives. He also thinks it will provide some hope.
It's been an incredible experience because you get to feel the realness of, what's actually going on in the world. What's so cool about this show is that it is targeting social injustice. It is going to be about what's going on in the world today, racial equality, everything. So I think it's going to be a huge hit. I think it's going to speak to a lot of people.
So another reason just to leave it here on NBC for the rest of the night. Chastain again makes his debut at 8 o'clock on Chicago PD.
And then you can watch us again tonight at 10 with your latest news and, of course, another look at the weather.
Planned your whole night for you. You're welcome. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 10.